So another week, and that means, is it going to be less sales on eBay or not? Well, today is a what sold over the weekend, and I've actually got some sales to actually tell you about. I've parceled them all up. Yes, I have parceled some as well, because now I've got that packing station all clear. I can actually do some, well, the easy ones. As you can see, 2 bags full of parcels. Like I say on my channel all the time, just because you sell a lot doesn't mean you make a lot, and I'll show you what I mean in this video today. It feels weird doing a video in a different area. I'm usually over there, aren't I, and sitting down when I'm talking about what sold videos. And as you can see, I've sold something else, which is next to me. Obviously, I'm going to tell you about the sales I've had over the weekend. I'm not going to go through every single one. Just because you have a lot of sales doesn't mean it's always going to be lots of money, or vice versa. Sometimes having hardly no sales can mean a lot of money. And yeah, I'm going to talk about, has my January been really that bad on eBay? Obviously, I sell on Vinted as well, but I have closed down my shop now. It is on holiday mode. I think I've got 3 more sales waiting to go through, so that's going to be probably another week. So yeah, probably next week I'll start going through the processes of trying to get on Vinted Pro. But before we get into sales, I've literally had a message, and it's from Julia. She's a very OG subscriber. She's been there through thick and thin, and she asked about the bundle of teddies, you know, the ones in the suitcase. She thought there was Jellycats in there, and Julia, I said there was. I didn't say there is, but she obviously misunderstood, and yeah, she still wants some more. So I've sold the whole suitcase with loads of teddies. I'm going to go through a few now, Julie, so you actually know what you're getting. And she paid 30 quid plus 5 quid post and packaging. Like I said in yesterday's video, the suitcase is probably worth about 15-20 quid anyway. So Julia, I will be packing that up after I've done this video, and it should be with you this week. We've got this Gans Bro. It's like a little puppet. That's pretty cool, to be fair. That is probably worth about 10 to 15 quid by itself. That is a TY. We have, what, to me to you, 18th birthday. We have a BT's bear. Not too bad, I suppose. TY dog, like a Labrador-y thing. We have a bunny, which is quite good to have at the moment. This is a Russ one. So that's probably worth about a tenner itself. Plus Easter is coming. We've got some pretty standard bears. Oh, that could sell very well. Stick that on Vinted, Julia. You probably get a couple of quid for that any day long, because obviously Valentine's Day. We got a Winnie the Pooh tagged. Another TY. You have actually got some TY. Oh no, these are Russ. I would sell these together. Little tabby cats. Sell them together. You probably get easier tenner. Like with the dolls, the weird looking face ones. What else we got in here? We have got a Nicky thing. I don't know what that is. That looks a bit like a Peter Rabbit-y thing. Got a troll. Got some little blanket. These things, you don't know. They could be worth some money. I haven't got a clue. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There is some other things. You know, what I would do, Julie, if I was you, is pick out, check them all, Google Lens them all, and then sell the ones which are worth 5 quid or more. With the other ones, maybe bundle them up, you know, if they're very similar. So like, if they're all like just teddies and they're worth nothing much, maybe bundle them up, like a set of 5 teddies for so much, and that, yeah, and see how you go. But like I said, you can also sell the suitcase. So thank you very much again. The other sale I've had is this. So what a sale this is. I picked this up at the car boot a couple of weeks ago, and it was just Zorg. And I thought, I know, I have got a box for this because I bought one of these. Actually, my dad bought a Zorg for my son, and I bought him Buzz Lightyear. And I like to keep boxes. And when I think it's going to be worth something, maybe in years to come, I will keep the boxes. So Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story stuff, it always seems to sell well. And I looked at the prices of this in a box, and they were going for 10 quid more than a standard Zorg. Standard Zorgs would go for around about 15, maybe 20 quid if it's in immaculate condition. With a box, which was only one on there, it went for 25 quid. I put this up last night and it's already sold. So 25 quid, I don't even know how much I paid for Zorg, probably a couple of quid. So absolute great little sale on there. I'm just going to look at my orders now and tell you how many sales I had over the weekend. This is not Friday, this is going to be Saturday and Sunday only because I did Fridays in a video already. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we had 11 sales over the weekend, which is a lot better than it usually is. But the thing is, Saturday was the 1st of February, so none of these actually count towards January sales. And that's what I'm going to be talking about really today. I did see Master of Pieces do a video about this yesterday, and it was absolutely brilliant. It's really cool how he broke down everything. I'm not going to break it down into that much because you know me, I don't like doing what sold videos. I don't. I know people like doing them. I know people say it's good because they like to see what's sold, but I feel like they are absolutely boring. I've been saying all through January that my January was terrible. I'm not the only one, and you've heard it from lots of other people. January has been really poor for a lot of people. Just check out one of my videos last week. I had loads of comments, and yeah, it's hit over 4,000 views now, and people are struggling. People seem to be really struggling in reselling, and it seems to be that more and more people now going into reselling. I'm not particularly worried about that because the people who seem to be going into reselling are clothing resellers. It's a cool thing now, apparently. You know, Vinted is very like cool, hip, and you see a lot of youngsters all buying the same stuff, all saying they can flip from Vinted and make £1,000. I've seen loads of people literally in their early 20s trying to make out that they make 5 grand a week on Vinted, and it's a load of rubbish. If you do see one of them videos on here or TikTok or wherever, don't listen to them. It's an absolute lie. They're just trying to make you sign up to their programs and stuff, because there's always some sort of like link to why and how they do it. And yeah, most of the time they're spending 4 grand to make 5 grand, which is terrible. Who's gonna one, have 4 grand to spend, and 2, why would you spend 4 grand to make a grand profit? It doesn't make sense. My total sales last month is £1,237 in a month. That is really poor. I mean, that is less than minimum wage, probably is, isn't it? You know, and that's not with taking off the fees and obviously what the cost of is, you know, for the whatever I bought and the postage. So I'm obviously not going to work out what the profit is and all that lot because I haven't done that, so I can't do that and tell you. But £1,237 on here. So obviously I do sell on Vinted as well, and I have revenue from YouTube. So it's not like, oh no, this is my only income. And you got to remember that if you're going to be a reseller, don't put all your eggs into one basket. If you're just selling on eBay, think about it. You can sell on Vinted as well, and you can make quick money on there. Also, if you are thinking about dabbling in YouTube, it's very well worth it. You know, if you're just doing the same thing every day, stick a camera in front of you and get some views, and then eventually you might get monetized and make a bit of money. You know, I'm making probably £300 to £500 a month on YouTube, so it all adds up, you know, and obviously depends on the views and all that. Some months are better than others, but yeah, it's well worth it. And obviously, the more I grow, the more money I'll get. So yeah, that is one thing I am definitely pushing on this year. Especially after seeing Ricky's total in YouTube money. Wow, 17k on YouTube. You know what I mean? That is very good. So as you can see, yeah, I'm actually 53% down. So I'm more than half down than last year. That is really bad. Really bad. So last year, well, it's basically half. So I would have made about 2,500 last year. Thing is, last year, you might have remembered, I was walker crazy last year. At the start of the year, I was buying walkers like anything, and I was getting the nickname of Texas Walker Ranger and everything like that. And people loved it. People was like loving me picking up all these walkers. People started actually buying walkers because I was watching my videos. And it sort of like died off. Literally after about 3 or 4 months of buying them and wheelchairs, it was just dying off. I wasn't selling them. I've got about 3 or 4 in the shed, and I haven't even listed them. I should really list them. But last year, that was quite a big income. They were selling quite well. When it comes to quantity sold, 59 items. So that is not good at all. That is not good at all. It just shows that I'm just selling averagely not even 2 a day. Yeah, I'm not even selling 2 a day, am I? Because there's 31 days. Average sales £20, 97p. Really, really bad. Really poor. What sold best over the last month was consoles and games. So I did have all them bundles at the start of the month, and I basically sorted them all out, and that made my sales quite good. Then, then it's clothing. What? Clothing? Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's hilarious. 100% up over last year. That shows you I do not do clothing, does it? I made £67 in sales, which is still absolutely terrible, but wow. And then it's toys, which, to be fair, after Christmas, not too bad. My biggest day was £109, and that's what I want to be actually doing every single day. I don't want to be doing 10, 20 quid a day, because what's the point? That is not even worth getting out of bed for. How many days did I not even sell? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days I didn't sell anything, and that is really bad. And it's not my fault. I didn't want this to happen. It's just the way it is. January is one of them months where it's just horrible. I know how bad January is, and I know that because obviously I was a manager of B&M for like 4 years. Because in retail, when it's quiet, it's horrible. The hours just drain, and it seems like you're there for like a year. But when it's really busy, you know, time flies. You do an 8-hour shift, and bam, you're gone. You know, it's really good. January was terrible working in retail. If you go around the shops now, you probably won't see many people, right? And it's the same online, you know. Why do you think they have sales on now? Why do you think TK Maxx have had that sale on? Why do you think every shop basically in the world has January sales? Because they know everybody spent loads of money for Christmas, and the only people who will have money is people who've had money for Christmas, basically. So they want to go and spend, and this is brilliant for them because they're going to get loads of stuff cheap. But obviously, it's not good for people who are trying to sell stuff, because most of the time they're selling it cheaper than they want to. I had a sale for the last week, and it went up a bit better. So I was making averagely about 50 quid a day. So yeah, okay. So if we just compare it to February now, it's day 3 of February, and I've already made £225 worth in sales. So yeah, 3 days. It's completely different, and I've sold 12 already. So it just shows that January is one of them months where you just got to take it. If you do sell a lot, well done. You know, fair play to you. You're one of the rare ones. I think next year, when it comes to January, I'm going to focus on stuff that I know what sells in January. So it's going to be fitness orientated. So what I might do is I might just stock up on trainers, tracksuit bottoms. I might even go to Nike outlets and stuff like that and stock up on like lots of fitness stuff, because people in January, that's what they want to do. They want to get fit. They want to burn some calories off, even though it's going to only last a month, because most of them do only last a month. But they will go and buy a brand new pair of trainers, and if I can sell them a pair of trainers like new or virtually brand new, they're going to buy them, aren't they? And that's why Jamie Dodger's done probably so well in January, because people want trainers, don't they? Let me know how your sales are going. Are you glad now it's over and it's now time to knuckle down and basically let's smash it for the rest of the year? January's gone. No time to moan about it. No time to cry and go, oh, I hate reselling. I'm going to close my store. I hate eBay. No. Let's just all forget January ever happened and start fresh now. It's time to make some money. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with a charity shop hunting spree.